This is the one and only AM Club right here on MX24 TV. My name is Godwin Nambo, and yes, indeed, I'm seated here all alone because my dear Edma is under the weather. So when you say a prayer, please say one for her, okay? I want her to get better and come and join us so that we continue our show like we do every morning. But it's just going to be me and you guys this morning. And it's Wednesday the 13th of April 2022. Guys, welcome. Sorry, what is choking me? I beg your pardon. This is MX24 TV, like I said. Welcome to our Silicon Square studios here in East Legon, Accra. Lots and lots happening today, guys. Now, so when I woke up this morning, I was just praying that I won't read stories of flooding in parts of Accra, you know, parts of Kaswa, Weja, and all those places. And I'm excited because I didn't see one story like that. So thank God those things didn't happen. As usual, when it rains, you know how Accra becomes. So I'm super excited that I didn't read anything like that. But the rain was heavy yesterday. It was pretty heavy where I was. Anyways, also, let me tell you what's going to happen in the show. Our first segment, Coffee Daily, we'll be talking about all the things that has been happening in the world in the last 24 hours, including the fact that Chelsea is out of the Champions League. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to Mr. James Garden. Guys, you should hear the hissing in the studio. Like, they are so pissed. Thomas Tuchel is out of the Champions League, I must say. So I say a very big good morning to James Gardner, who is a major Chelsea fan. And also, Bayern Munich is out, thanks to Villarreal, and a Nigerian player causing that. But we'll talk all about that. And then we'll move on to our second segment, which is Lifestyle Daily, where we talk about topical issues regarding us. And marijuana legalization in Ghana is the conversation we are having. Do you think that marijuana should be legalized for recreational purposes. We know that for now, for medical and industrial purposes, one can cultivate marijuana, but for recreational purposes, it can't be. And a few celebrities have been talking about this. Majid Michelle has weighed on it. John Dumelo has weighed on it. Black Rasta has been talking about this forever. So we want to have the conversation today. Do you think marijuana should be the thing? It should be legalized, okay, and regulated. Do you think we should do it? So we'll be having that conversation later on. And then our hashtag daily, which is Fashion Wednesday today. We are talking about the African Makeup and Beauty Fair. And we're taking you all the way to Ghana's second largest city, Kumasi, also known as Kumerica, where the Kumasi Fashion Week is happening in May at the Kumasi Mall. We'll be telling you all about it. And then my friend Evan Egan will be coming in representing the Accra Indie Festival. What do they have for us this time? We'll tell you all about it, okay? So remember, you're a major part of the show, guys. Join us online and on WhatsApp online. The hashtag is the AM Club. Don't forget, whether you are tweeting at us, whether you're sending us a message on Facebook, whether you're commenting on our YouTube channel, or even on Instagram, it's MX24GH. And concerning YouTube, please, when you're there, subscribe, like, share, comment, and we'll be excited to read your messages. You can also reach us via our WhatsApp number at 055-033-1511, 055-033-1511. My tablet is here. I'd like to hear your daily dose of Vim. In fact, let's jump straight to your daily dose of Vim, okay? So I'm getting ready to read your messages, your daily dose of Vim. You know that's how we start the show. If you've been a part of us, you know this is how we start every time. So tell us what it is that motivates you, what it is that keeps you going, what it is that drives you, why you wake up and grind. It could be a quote, it could be a Bible verse, it could be anything, something your mom told you, anything at all. Share it with us because, you know, when you share, we all learn, okay? So I'm looking forward to reading your messages, a few coming in already. Of course, and we can't go without one from our very own Cultured, and he says that, good morning, MS24 TV, good morning to you, Cultured. This is Cultured Inside Asamankasi. My quote of today is, happiness. It is not how much we have, but how much we enjoy that makes happiness. It's not how much we have, it is how much we enjoy that makes us happy. I have to think about that again. But Culture, thank you for sending in that one. Let me move on to the next message, guys. What is on your mind? Please, I want to start. Okay, whatever you want to start, send us your daily dose of it first, and then we'll tell you how you can go about it, okay? Tete from Sunyani, as always, sending in some messages. Look, he's talking about free senior high school policy. Tete, you seem to be a politician, aren't you? But what we want to read right now is your daily dose of him. We want to be motivated. We want to be inspired. So send us that now, and we'll talk about every other thing later. Another one coming in says, hello, good morning. How are you? Classic Dean from Kumasi. Classic Dean, you're becoming an avid viewer of the AM Club, and we appreciate you. My motivation for today is, success is the ability to go from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. My goodness, this is so true. You know, it is Denzel Washington or Pastor A.R. Bernard who said that oh goodness, the quote just disappeared from my head. So without commitment, you can't start. Without consistency, you can't finish. So without commitment, you can't start. And without consistency, you can't finish. Please remember that. It's exactly what Classic Dean is sharing with us. He's saying that success is the ability to go from failure to failure without losing your enthusiasm. And thank you very much, Classic Dean, for sending in that message. But those are the messages that have come in concerning your daily dose of Vim, the things that inspire you, that keeps you going, that keeps you motivated. Thank you very much for sharing them with us. Today, we are moving very fast, and we want to jump straight to Coffee Daily. We're recapping the biggest trending stories in the world in the last 24 hours. And this one hits me so strong because Wanda is a very good friend of mine. The Ghana School of Law has launched an internal investigation into its Student Representative Council. This comes after several allegations of financial mismanagement and impropriety leveled against the current Student Representative Council President, Wanda Victor Kuto. Among other things, he has been accused of operating an SRC-owned mobile money business with his company name and redirecting proceeds from the business for personal gain. Currently in the United States of America on an official SRC visit with other executives, Wanda Kuto claims his hands are clean and said he found the allegations of corruption against him very unfortunate. Wanda Kuto, good morning to you, my brother. I hope you're well. Moving on to a rather disturbing story that was making the rounds on social media. 16 people have been injured in a shooting on the subway in Brooklyn, New York. In a brazen move, the suspected attacker detonated a smoke bomb before firing off some shots into the crowd at Brooklyn's 36th Street station. Fortunately, no one has died so far. However, the unidentified attacker has not been found since the incident. New York officials are appealing for information about the gunman who fled the scene and is still at large. Guys, we're going to show you the video, but we want to warn you, this is viewer discretion. Please. Okay, let's go. So, guys, those are scenes from New York, Brooklyn subway where a gunman, detonated the smoke, whatever, in the train and then started firing into people. News reports reaching us is that nobody died, but people are severely injured and a gunman is yet to be apprehended. We don't know what's wrong with the world now. Like Black Eyed Peas said, what's wrong with the world, mama? Like, why would you enter a train? I don't know, is it that people like to do what they see in movies or something? The idea of, detonating the smoke alarm and, causing a whole fog in the train and then firing into people, like, what are you killing people for? Like, what's the problem? You don't like your life? What is it? Anyways, moving on, guys. There have been calls for UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson and his Chancellor Rishi Sunak to resign from their positions after they were fined over breaking the law during the height of COVID-19. The Prime Minister, his wife, and Chancellor all received fixed penalty notices for attending a birthday gathering for the Prime Minister in number 10. And I remember this story so much, how the UK got up and were so unhappy with Boris Johnson, but let's see how this one turns out. But let's do some sports now, where I'm super excited. The funny thing is that I'm wearing blue today, and I'm going to talk about this team. So, Chelsea crashed out of the UEFA Champions League with an extra time defeat to Real Madrid. The Blues were on course to qualify for the semis before Real Madrid pulled a goal back to take the match into extra time. And of course, Karim Benzema proved to be the hero once more as he scored in the first half of extra time to make the scoreline 5-4 on aggregate. Congrats to Real Madrid. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. It is the excitement in the studio for me. Anyways, all you Chelsea fans, who's your daddy now? Well, let me remind you that Liverpool is playing today, okay? Edma, if you're watching at home, I just want you to know that we're playing today, and we are playing Benfica, and in the first leg, we scored 3-1. I just want to put that out there. So, I'm so certain I'm going to the semis. I'm not even going to make noise about it. And also, Man City will be playing Atletico Madrid, all at 7 p.m. tonight. We hope to see what's going to come out of it. But in a shock result, Unai Emery's Villarreal team pulled off a stunning victory over European heavyweights Bayern Munich. They scored in the dying minutes and progressed to the semi-final stage with a 2-1 aggregate to win. Okay. If you want to see that game, please go on YouTube and look for the video yourself and watch it. Okay. Let's now progress to some tech news. And Snapchat has announced a new dynamic stories feature within its Discover feed to highlight news and information for users. Now, this feed option will allow users to view the world's latest happenings on the platform as it breaks. The social media platform will create stories from the content created by the verified media publishers and content creators on Snapchat. Let me quickly get this for you. In India, Snapchat will use the media partners' RSS feeds to automatically create stories for the Snapchat community in English, Hindi, and Marathi languages. So there you have it. Snapchat doing the work of media houses. I don't know, but this is good. So when you're on Snapchat, not only are you going to take videos or send messages to your friends and all that, but you can also read what's going on in the world briefly. You can get very quick videos and reports on Snapchat. That is very interesting. All these tech companies are becoming very, very, very competitive. Now, catch up with all the fun, the breaking news stories, sports, and business insights on mx24online.com. MX24 TV, fun, fearless, factual. Now we're going to take a quick look into the world of entertainment.
Wanted a fun day out with your family without compromising on the experience? This Easter Monday, families, chat groups, corporate brands, music brands, choirs, get ready for the biggest Jolly Jamboree experience as Jeanette Services presents the maiden edition of Family Fest. It's going to be a day of captivating entertainment, music, fashion, games, and food with lots of musical performances by Joe Mettil, Celestine Donko, Akese Brimpong, and many more. Date, Monday 18th of April 2022. Venue, Enclave Gardens, East Legon, 10 a.m. sharp. Rate, 50 cedis for adults and 20 for kids, plus free giveaways. For family packages, ticket reservations, sponsorship, and stands, call 0248 810 396. This event is powered by 33.19, official media partner, MX24 TV.
So usually you hear Wagwan, but Wagwan is not here this morning either, so it's just you and I, okay? So let's jump straight into what's happening in the world of lifestyle and entertainment. And this young kid has been trending for days because of this. Now, rapper Black Sherif has revealed that he terminated the contract he signed with his former financier, Shadrach Ejay Owusu. His lawyers wrote to Shadrach in a letter dated April 8, 2022, to inform him of the termination. On August 18, 2021, Black Sherif appointed Snap as his manager. Now, according to the lawyers, their client, Black Sherif, is no longer bound by the agreement. Now, this comes after the former financier Shadrach sued the musician at an Accra High Court. We have a letter, so let's check it out briefly, as written by the lawyers of Black Sherif. Now, it says April 8, 2022, Mr. Shadrach Ejay Owusu Accra. Dear Mr. Owusu, termination of business management contract. We act as solicitors for Mr. Muhammad Ismail Sherif, on whose instructions we write. Our instructions are that by an agreement dated 18th August 2021, which is the agreement, our client appointed you as his manager. We have our client's instructions to confirm our client's acceptance of the termination of the agreement following discussions between you and our client. Our client is accordingly no longer bound by the agreement. Now, why is this? And it's from Kunesia and Nuchukwe, legal practitioners and notaries. Interesting. I don't know why this is coming in now after the guy has sued. I don't know why he's now sending the letter of termination. I don't know if this was done earlier before Shadrach, got offended by some of the things that Black Sheriff decided to do. But we'll see what happens in the coming days. But let's move on from Ghana to the United States, where Rihanna has revealed that her pregnancy with A$AP Rocky was unplanned as she graced the cover of Vogue's May 2022 issue. She stated that they weren't planning for it, and neither were they planning against it. Nice one. When she did the pregnancy test, she called him immediately and showed it to him. The next morning, they went to the doctor's office to start their journey. Oh, that's beautiful. She continued to talk about how she's scared hearing stories from other women who have struggled with postpartum depression, and she's frightened of feeling out of control emotionally when she gives birth to her first child. Well, Rihanna, don't worry, we're here to support you. We're here to support you. Looking beautiful. However, I think what everyone has been talking about regarding Rihanna and her pregnancy is some of the pictures she's putting out. People feel like, okay, what's the idea? You get that you're pregnant, you get that it's beautiful, but you're showing a lot. But I guess Rihanna is Rihanna. She'll do whatever pleases her. It's none of your business, I guess. Now, from Rihanna to another beautiful young woman, Kim Kardashian temporarily has shut down her makeup brand KKW Beauty in August 2021, and her perfume brand KKW Fragrance is set to close on May 1, 2022, with the intention of relaunching under a new umbrella brand and name. Now, while many speculated that the scheme's founder wanted to distance herself from the W in KKW, which is Kim Kardashian West, it turns out that the name change doesn't actually have to do with her divorce from Kanye West, but rather with the customer in mind. She said the reason behind it all was because she felt bad about the customer having to pay shipping costs at 3 different websites. That is KKW Fragrance, KKW Beauty, and a potential third one she was planning on opening, which will focus on skin care. Now, what do you make of this? I think it makes sense, but people will still argue and say that Kim Kardashian is still about Kanye West, and you not wanting to attach yourself to it. But hey, who are we? Our opinions don't go anywhere when it comes to your life. So anyways, of course, I don't have a parting word for you because it's just me here. But that's it for Lifestyle Entertainment. That's it for MX Bricks. Up next, we have Lifestyle Daily, where we are talking about the legalization of marijuana for recreational purposes. Is it about time, or should we still hold on? We're having that discussion next. But in the meantime, please enjoy Deeper Than Blood from Medical and the one and only Shatawale. We'll be back.
You don't know where the first to do this.
Deeper than blood, 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 deeper than blood. None of you never bigger than God. Deeper than blood, deeper than blood. But you can never stop this, Lord. Deeper than blood, deeper than blood. Happy you see, say we come back a yard. Deeper than blood, deeper than blood. If you try, we will show you this hard.
Like an Indian with different gods, like medical with different bars. King Pharaoh, wicked and bad. From the fan them and we them and dance. Any violation and we them call. Deeper than blood, DTB. Deeper than blood, and a fuck with him. Rise to him, Jerusalem Glock.
Deeper than blood, 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 deeper than blood.
Money have to make plenty. One a Lamborghini and a Bentley. Sick we a sick doctor can't give me remedy. Me is not a saint, I'm not Saint Benedict. Watch how we do the entry. Days and months can't count my century. No more motivation, not the sanction. No more motivation, not the sanction.
deeper than blood, deeper than blood. Deeper than blood, deeper than blood.
Hopeless lock up, system fuck up. I cloud all these niggas back up. Street white jack up, niggas are shut up. I skin kick and a mash up.
Sing my name. Yeah, me I get back on get again. Man, I come to play. Yeah. Oh man, we dey ball hard like he drove out. We going up, never go down. And we stay fly, never sober. Yeah, pull up in the Rover. Make the count them wanna go mad. Pull up in the Jeep, I get your mind. Make your girlfriend wanna follow back home. Yeah.
legalize it. Time to recognize it. Anyways, guys, welcome back to the AM Club right here on MS24 TV, where you know we are home to fun, fearless, and factual stuff. My name is Godwin Number. We're having so much fun in the studio. It's time for our second segment of the show. We call it Lifestyle Daily. And like we said, this morning we are discussing the marijuana debate. Should it be legalized for recreational purposes and yet regulated? Or should we just leave it where it is? So let me quickly tell you that even though the use of marijuana is illegal without a license from the Narcotics Control Commission, it still remains the most popular illicit drug in Ghana. The use of marijuana is so common that in a study to determine African countries with the highest number of marijuana use, Ghana was reportedly 10th as at 2018. We should come up a bit. A number of advocates have urged the authorities to consider legalizing and regulating the drug so we could all enjoy its enormous benefits, including the fact that it will add billions to the economy and create hundreds of thousands of jobs for the youth. But is it the right way to go? If it is legalized, how can its use be regulated properly? That's a good question. We'll be answering all these and more with our knowledgeable guests. And I say that before I introduce them, guys, I would like to hear from you. What do you think about the marijuana debates? What do you think about the conversation? What people call weed, what people call hemp? So many names for it, but yeah, what do you think of it? Let us know. Send it to us on our WhatsApp number at 055 033 1511, 055 033 1511, on our WhatsApp line or on social media at MX24GH. When you do that, don't forget to add the hashtag the AM Club. Now, joining me this morning is not new to the AM Club. John Asugonde, he is author of Breaking Up with Mary Jane and founder of Eden Bar. It's a bar that does not have alcohol, doesn't have anything. It's clean bar. And my next guest is not, he's confused. He doesn't understand what's going on here. And you know him, Cowboy Burton, our Jamaican brother, an advocate.
Yeah. Legalize it.
You know. And then we also have Kex Pongo. He's chairman of the Advocacy Commission of RCG, that's the Rastafari Council of Ghana, and he'll be joining us via Zoom. So it's going to be an interesting conversation this morning. I don't need the soothsayer to tell me where you stand on this conversation, John, but I'm still going to ask anyways because I want to know your thought first of all. And so therefore, do you think that marijuana, hemp, cannabis, Mary Jane, however we want to call it, do you think that it should be legalized completely, or we should leave it where it is, or we should even go back further?
Well, so it's not, I don't think it's a yes or no answer because it depends on a lot of factors.
Okay.
And so, for instance, you talk of how a lot of countries are making a lot of revenue from the legalization of marijuana, creating jobs and all that. But I know from the data we have and from living in Ghana all my life, I know that Ghana is not in a position to legalize marijuana and make any substantial benefits because we don't have the machinery in place, we don't have the innovation, we don't have the adequate resources to actually make this an industry where we can benefit from it. And I say that because you take cocoa, for instance, right? We are the second largest producers of cocoa in the whole world, right after Ivory Coast. Now, the chocolate industry is over $200 billion, but Ghana makes less than 2% of that. We are not able to add value to our resources. So if you have something like cocoa that is, legal, it can be consumed right from childhood to adulthood, we are not able to make this,
most of it.
Exactly. We are not able to add value to it and make money from it. Then it tells you that we are not really ready. Because the thing is, with marijuana, it has adverse effects on our human resource. Like, that's actually something that is there. Chocolate really doesn't have that much effects on, the consumers as much as compared to marijuana. And so if you're going to legalize marijuana just for the, revenue, by the time the money gets in, you have your young people walking across the streets crazy and, just acting out.
How true is that?
But no, I'm not saying, I've smoked before, I'm not crazy. I'm just,
that's what you're saying.
It's a blanket statement. I mean, like, it has the effect, it has the likelihood of driving certain people crazy.
Certain people?
Yes. And I mean, especially the young people, because if you make it legalized, then again, you are creating an avenue where young people can easily get access to this. Because already it's not legal, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of young people get access to this. I started smoking when I was 18 years old. And in countries where even before 18 years old. And in countries where it's legalized, you can even get it unless you're 21 years old, and they ask for your ID and all that. You know, in America, if you're going to the bar to drink alcohol, you need to be 21 years old and above before they can even serve alcohol to you. In Ghana, you go to all the bars and the clubs and everywhere you go, you find 16-year-old, 17-year-old people there drinking alcohol without a care.
I don't want to jump into it and say that, but you know that legalized or not, like you said, this thing is already accessible to a lot of people. You know, so someone will say, what's the worst that can happen if it is made official? But let me quickly take Kevoy's thoughts on this.
Oh, go ahead.
So the question is, where do you stand in this debate? Where do you stand?
I believe in
you think
fully
it should
legalization.
Fully legalized.
Yeah, legalization.
Is it fully legalized in Jamaica?
It is decriminalized. So the thing is, it is decriminalized for recreational purposes, but it is legalized for medicinal purposes. So you know, you can have dispensaries. You can go to a dispensary. You can get a joint. You can speak to a nurse. The nurse will give you a joint to smoke. But you can also buy weed. Like it's very no police will stop you. And the thing is, Jamaica has always been a marijuana country. From the 60s, they've been advocating for the legalization of marijuana, but you don't know, US had a stronghold on Jamaica, so they couldn't step out and do it themselves. But yeah, I mean, I think it should be legalized in Ghana. I mean,
completely,
my brother. I mean, in terms of legalizing it for recreational purposes, obviously you must have rules and regulations. Okay, you can't have, because in Jamaica, you can't have a particular amount of weed on you, on your person. So if you have above a certain level, then you're a trafficker or a smuggler, and they will arrest you. Zane, but if you have a one spliff or a two spliff,
okay, let me
enjoy yourself.
Let me indulge Mr. Pongo, who is joining us via Zoom on this conversation. He's with the Rastafarian Association of Ghana. Mr. Pongo, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, he's via phone. I'm sorry, not Zoom. Thank you so much for joining us on the AM Club and on this particular discussion. Now, I'm curious to know where you stand on this debate and why you think most Ghanaians are against the legalization, the complete legalization of Mary Jane.
I also think the complete legalization, we may not yet be there, just because it brings a lot of implications. If we are not lucky, these multinationals will just come in and take over the business from our indigenous farmers who were suffering all these persecutions and things all this while. So before we reach that level, we should have it in a way that we call it legally regulated. You know, it should be legally regulated. But before then, I want to clarify some few points from the previous speakers, or especially the one who spoke before the last one.
John, that's John. That will be John.
So, I don't think he has any scientific proof to show that our youth, them who are smoking marijuana, are running crazy, or they are going mad, or whatever, mentally challenged.
Mr. Pong, he didn't say exactly that our youth are running crazy, are going to go crazy, you know, because you're smoking marijuana. He just said that if it is allowed, if it is legalized, it will be easy accessible to them, and we can prove that some people get affected by it.
Well, scientifically, we can prove scientifically fine. But what I want to tell you is that we are not saying that, first of all, people who use marijuana are not just outcasts or anything like that. They are very, very prominent people in society who use marijuana. The next thing is that we are not advocating for the youth to use marijuana. But the main argument I want to say is that in countries that marijuana usage is liberal, or when they were not legal, it was just liberal, like in Holland, in Canada, there were surveys conducted that showed that the number of people who take marijuana don't increase that much in those countries, because people don't like to go and experiment it because they know it's there, it's common. And then in other countries which are very rigid on the law, there's more increase in experimenting of marijuana use. So that alone buttresses the case that when it is legal, it kills the case that when it is legal, that means people will be using it, or the increase in usage.
Okay.
Also, also the marijuana, I mean, the thing we are talking about, the legalization or the decriminalization, is that already people are using it. People are using it, and I'll have to be frank to you. I don't want somebody to tell me to prove. The police are making a lot of money from.
I mean, I can totally agree with you on this one. I know a few people who have been arrested because of this, and let's go, because they, you know.
Yes. And then we spend a lot of revenue. We spend a lot of resources. Ghana, the time of the police, and the time and the money they use to go around on ghettos. You understand? They go around from ghetto to ghetto to arrest people who are smoking herb. And then even the other day I was in my house, the police came to my house and knocked my door. And when I came out, they say they are patrolling and they want to see whether everything is okay in my house. You understand me? So those are, to me, it's waste of national resources. I'm telling you the fact. It's waste. Because right now, the crisis in which we are in Ghana, and the world is making money out of this thing. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. We just have to there's research in abundance.
I think before
that, especially if you go to Israel. Yes.
Sorry to interject. I want us to have a very fruitful conversation. I think before we even come to the conversation, the points that John made of the argument about what exactly are we going to make from marijuana, because we don't have the systems to for the want of a better word, to reap the benefits of marijuana. So let me first ask why we think that marijuana should be legalized completely. Kevin, let me ask you, why do you think it should be completely legalized? What are the reasons? What are the benefits of cannabis that you think are so great that if it's legalized, it's going to be better for us as a country?
There are lots of medical benefits. There are lots of industrial benefits, because we have about almost 25,000 products we can get out of even hemp itself alone. That which is a bit different from marijuana. It's a cousin of marijuana.
But Kex, that's already available. I mean, when it comes to hemp, it's already legalized here for medicinal or for medical and industrial purposes. But for recreational, I think that's what we're asking. Like, what is it?
I don't want to use the word recreational anyway.
Okay.
I don't like using the word recreational because marijuana. Let's come back to marijuana. Marijuana is an essential edible for human beings. It's an essential edible. So if someone is using it, you can't say it's just using it for recreational purposes. And there's no marijuana which is not medicinal. The only reason why they call that one medicinal marijuana, they don't put any other medicine inside that plant. They only protect it from the environment so that no other contamination from other materials will contaminate the.
Okay, John has an opposing view to this. John, please.
I mean, marijuana. We have marijuana that has a higher concentration of THC, and those that is just made of CBD. And so the medicinal marijuana basically comes from the CBD products. THC just gets you high, and that's why THC is illegal in Ghana currently, because that's a substance that gets you high, and that's what they are trying to avoid people from using. And so
you want to stop people from high? Why?
I'm not trying to stop. I'm not trying to stop people from high, and I'm not government. I'm just saying.
I remember a judge made the same comment, even though I was in the court that day, but it's on my lawyer talking, so I couldn't say anything. Our lawyer, but people, everybody say, "Oh, we don't want people to get smoking and high." Why? People are drinking alcohol, which kills people.
It's true.
Perhaps.
Smoking cigarettes kills people. So if you're going against me directly, I don't drink alcohol, and I'm actually advocating a bar that doesn't serve alcohol. So if that's the case, then if it's by my
no. He's saying in general.
Yes,
he's saying in general, people get really crazy about people smoking marijuana, but then on the flip side, there are people drinking alcohol like 24/7. Alcohol is illegal. It damages your liver. It doesn't have any medicinal benefit.
I agree with that, and that's why I also advocate that alcohol is not.
Alcohol has no benefit.
But
no benefit.
That's a different argument. The argument we are doing right now is about marijuana, and I feel like, especially young people, when young people start smoking marijuana at an early age, they get addicted to it easily, it affects their mental capacity. Because
marijuana.
Yeah.
No, marijuana
is very addictive.
But it's true.
Actually,
marijuana
marijuana does not get you addicted. It's
does.
what you put inside the marijuana that gets you
marijuana
addicted.
gets you addicted.
No, that's not
proven.
true.
That's what I'm saying. A scientific person here, but we do both understand that
it's not an addictive drug. It's not a gateway drug. It's not
THC, which is the tetrahydrocannabinol,
cannabinoid.
Yes,
cannabinoids.
Big, but THC concentration is what government are against, and you're saying that a high concentration of it in any cannabis gets people very high. Have you seen an extremely high person before? Have you seen somebody?
What do you mean by an extremely high person?
I mean, come on, John, you've been there, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been there. I know how
you know how it feels. We've had people who feel like jumping off buildings. We've had people who feel like doing also. Tell me,
my guy. No, let me tell you something, my brother. I use marijuana.
Hold on, Kex. Hold on.
I use marijuana. Zin? And because I'm Jamaican.
And let's state emphatically that it's not just about smoking.
It's not just about smoking.
You can ingest it, you can do different things with it. So
and you can smoke up to
Kex, please hold on for us. Hold on for us, Kex.
You can smoke up to 4 or 5, 6 joints, and you can be high, and there is no thought of jumping off no building. You see, the thing is, my brother, you see, everybody is different. You see, and marijuana is something that makes you aware of your thoughts. It makes you aware of yourself. So what happens is that these things start to trick your mind.
Exactly.
You know that it is proven that
tendency of even tricking just one person. That's still dangerous, right? So,
one person.
You proved that by saying that.
But you see, we work off statistics, my brother, because not everybody learns at school, but we still have to go. You see my idea? So it's not. So you can't just look at it and say, "Oh, one person gets sick," so everybody knows.
No, it's more than one person. I'm just saying that even if it's just one person,
low percentage. There's a low percentage of people. It's very, very low.
Look, I smoked for more than 6 years. I never
marijuana related deaths.
I never tried to jump off. I've driven high. I never.
No, he's actually balancing your point.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
You understand? But there's also people, and I know a lot of people who have smoked, and it has affected them. Even your focus power, your willpower, your ability to even think. You know, people say it makes you creative.
Yes, your thinking capacity.
It does a lot, and I've witnessed that. I've seen a lot. We talk of addiction. People smoke every blessed day, and you tell them they're addicted. They tell you, no, I'm not addicted. Meanwhile, you smoke every day. What's the definition of addiction? It's something you depend on. It's
something you're depending. You're depending on to live. I mean, you can skip.
But anything you depend on to live, it's an addiction. It's an addiction, Kebo. Let's not. Anything you depend on to live. I mean, well, if I say that, it will sound as if water is, you're addicted to.
But it's a good addiction. So we have good addiction and we have bad addiction.
But sugar is also a drug, too. Sugar is also a drug.
Don't say sugar is a bad drug.
Sugar is a bad drug, my brother. What are the medical benefits of sugar?
You know what? Let's talk. Kex, now let's talk about the decriminalizing of the use of marijuana. Because
but I really need to say some few things.
Okay,
about
briefly, please. Briefly.
First of all, before you can get addicted to, before you can take an overdose of marijuana, you need to sit down at one place and smoke 25,000 joints in 20 minutes.
Really?
The only way you cannot overdose on marijuana. No, that's true. You cannot overdose on marijuana.
Because the LD50 is very, very astronomical. It's very high. It's about almost 2,550 times higher. You understand me? The LD50. So, the addiction issue, according to Professor, I forget his name though, but one of the professors who came to here, according to him, addiction is not from the substance. It's from the mind. So, one thing I know about addiction, which I challenge him, is that anything that you are addicted to, if you want to stop, you have withdrawal symptoms. You know, but in marijuana, you can stop marijuana today for the next 5 years, and you don't need the help of a doctor or a psychiatrist.
No, okay. Well,
I find that to be true, actually.
It's not.
Okay, John wants to say something. I want us to move on. Please.
It's usually when people put things like nicotine inside.
No, people get withdrawal symptoms every time.
Hold on. Okay, guys, relax. The
aspect of the decriminalization is that
the conversation, gentlemen, Kex, please. The conversation is about marijuana and whether or not we should decriminalize it, whether we should legalize it completely. Sorry, Kex.
Yeah, so the question of the decriminalization is that, as a matter of fact, most users of cannabis are not criminals. And it is not a substance that will make you become a criminal, that like to go and commit a crime. If somebody, let's say they go to even a ghetto and find some armed robbers and find some marijuana on them, that doesn't mean that it's the marijuana that makes them to go and be armed robbers. Because they also eat kinky, they drink coffee, they drink tea, and they do all that before they go and do the armed robbery. So we can't attribute that to what they use before they go. So the criminalization of the users of cannabis is our problem. You know, that is our main problem, the criminalizing of them. Because I cannot sit down in my house. I've never caused any harm to anyone. And I'll be in my house and I'll be afraid because of what I'm eating. You know, so we want the law to, you know, at least, you know, the system to at least relax that part of it, which is in this law, this new law, the narcotics bill, law that you just spoke about, that is out for how do you call it, for hemp. It's also in that document that nobody should grow a plant for if not for the purpose of food or medicine. Yeah, you understand me? So if I am growing my cannabis and I'm eating it in the house,
and it also says that it shouldn't be more than 0.3%. The THC content in it shouldn't be more than 0.3%. So I think all that plays a role. If it's more than that, then the laws will take its course. But let's move on, please. Let's move on. Please tell this one. Messages coming in on our WhatsApp says, please, MX24, tell the young man that there is no medical proof that weed causes madness. He didn't say weed causes madness. He never said weed causes madness. Please, let's.
What is the meaning of people jumping off?
No, but he's not the one who said that. He's not the one who said that. He didn't say that.
People don't jump because
He actually butchers the point and said that he's been there, and we'll talk about him. Anyways, let's move on quickly. Good morning. Let's legalize and decriminalize it for its medicinal and economic purposes. Let's legalize and decriminalize it for its medicinal and economic purposes. Because this herb even contributes a lot to the climate. I had a situation. One second, please. I had a situation once when I was apprehended by the police with a kilo of marijuana. I pleaded. I pleaded, and they asked me to pay 10,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
That's 100 million old cedis. And this is okay.
So imagine how much the government will make out of that if they are charging.
That's corruption. That money is not going to government.
Anyways, for only no, it's not going to the government. Let's establish that it doesn't go to the government. So 10,000 Ghana cedis for only a kilo. That costs. 1 second, Kex, please. Kex, please, 1 second. 10,000 Ghana cedis for only a kilo. That costs 1,500 Ghana cedis. I pleaded further, and one of the police officers suggested they rather help sell it. Well, take their share and give me my balance. So you see, it is legal. That's what this gentleman is saying. Very interesting for sharing that with us. Okay, another message coming in says LD50 talks about the lethal dose that would kill 50% of the population when they smoke. Why is he equating LD50 to getting high? They are two different things entirely. I didn't.
We are talking about the danger people say it will cause to humans. If something is not dangerous to you, why should it be illegal? Okay.
All right, and this one says, marijuana is the best. For me, I smoke each and every minute. Okay.
That's a little excessive.
That's excessive, isn't it? So there is excessive. I don't feel good if I don't smoke marijuana. Well, there you have it. That's addiction. It helps me mind my business and also focus on whatever I am doing. My name is Kofi Boateng in Joel. Okay, Kofi Boateng. I think at this point you might need help, Kofi Boateng, quote and unquote. You might. Might.
You don't need any help for usage of marijuana.
No, he says, Kex, so do you agree?
It's fine.
Kex, you're saying that every minute, it's okay for someone to smoke every single minute?
Well, the more you smoke marijuana, the best for your body.
I believe that. I believe you, Kex.
My guy, okay.
Scientific proof, I'm telling you about scientific proof because there was a survey conducted by.
Okay, Kex, you'll have to hold on. I wish you could project this for our viewers. So someone has taken a picture of them holding Mary J and watching the TV and, and taking the shot. I wish you could show this. The person tried to tell us that. Should we show it to the camera? Producer, should I show you to the camera? Is it right? Okay, so
no.
The person that's taking a picture. Okay, for the conversation we are having.
Cover the number. The number is there.
Oh, well, the number. Okay, let me cover the number.
Yeah.
Guys, this is very interesting. Look at this. So the person has taken a picture of me. Which other camera, please? So you can see. Try to tell me that. Try to tell me that. Look, they don't care about what we are talking about. He said, "My guy, you can't just quit smoking, just like that, bruh. I have been in this for decades." Okay, well that's why we are having this conversation. You can't get addicted to smoking marijuana. From my own experience, I've been smoking close to 6 years now, but I do go on breaks. Sometimes 3 to 4 months, so you can't really get addicted. Please, I also produce all kinds of marijuana edibles. Very medical. Okay, please, we are not coming to advertise your business for you here. Please, MS24, nice topic today. Smoke to cause no harm is free. I've been a victim before and caught arrested whilst in the car to the station. I found a kilo in the car. They found a kilo in the car, so that means even the police and soldiers are smoking more than they. Very, very interesting conversation. All right, so John, before you tell us about where you went with marijuana and how you got over it, where can we get your book?
So right now it's only available on Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, so once you get it, you can get both a hard copy and a soft copy.
Okay, all right. So now you're going to tell us why you decided to stop marijuana and alcohol. Why? I mean, we've spoken before.
Yeah.
So briefly, you can tell us.
So basically, I mean, you know, you gotta be true to yourself at certain times in your life, and I believe that several marijuana smokers out there, just like I was before, at a point you start to realize the effects the substance has on you, on your finances, on your focus, on your productivity, on the way you go about life. These are things that you can easily identify. But when you are in self-denial and you don't want to accept the fact that something is affecting you, then it's difficult for you to even seek help. And that's like I explained. I have friends who smoke every day. You tell them they're addicted and they say, no, I'm not addicted. Meanwhile, they're depending on the thing every single day. So for me, basically, I reached that point where I realized, you know, these things weren't helpful. They weren't allowing me to become the best version of myself, you know, because you can be successful, but that point of success isn't the best version you could ever be. And so when I realized I wasn't becoming the best version of myself and I wanted to do more, I wanted to be, you know, I wanted to explore everything, every gift that God has given me, I realized that I would be better off without smoking and without drinking because I know how bad these things can affect me. And so that's basically
why you decided to quit. So how did you stop? How did you part ways with it completely? Did you just get up one day and say, okay, enough is enough, I'm not doing this again? Or it was a gradual process for you? Because some people will say, okay, maybe, like you said, I'm not feeling I'm getting to the best version of myself. And it could be that this marijuana is affecting me in some way or form. So I want to quit. How did you go about it?
Yeah, so luckily for me, you know, I gave my life to Christ, and spirituality plays a very major role in everything you do, especially when you are trying to do away with a bad habit. You know, spiritually, that's when you go to all the rehabs and they are taking you through the 12 steps. The very first thing is a higher power. You need a higher power to be able to help you out to deal with certain things like this. So luckily for me, because I gave my life to Christ, it was a very easy process. I actually just quit smoking instantly. I went to the washroom, put it away. Yeah.
Well, you were just telling me that you can't just quit instantly, brother.
Yes, and I mean, that's what I'm saying. I was able to do that because of my faith in Christ.
No, Kex, please. You have to allow.
Do you know why I believe it's because of Christ?
Okay,
I tried it before without Christ. I failed. And I failed miserably at that.
But again, it's your
mind. That's his experience. Do you get what he's saying?
It's my personal experience.
But his experience, you can't say it is his mind. He believes. Okay, so
but what do you believe with? What do you believe with?
Your heart.
Your heart.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, wrapping it up, I tried quitting before when I didn't have Christ because then I was in school, I was failing my courses and everything. I realized it was affecting me. I wanted to stop. I tried doing by myself. I failed. In less than 1 week, I was back smoking again. But this time around, when I gave my life to Christ and I asked God to help me to deal with this, instantly I was able to quit smoking. And not just smoking, I quit a lot of things. I quit drinking, I quit fornication, I quit all of these things.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. I mean, we have proof of people.
I'm kidding.
Come on, don't mind this one.
Don't mind me.
It's a silly one. It's a silly one. So let me just quickly read this one. So when it comes to the impacts on tax revenue, sales of marijuana in Colorado and Washington over the past several years have resulted in buoyant tax revenues. Now, in 2019, Colorado collected more than $302 million in taxes and fees on medical and recreational marijuana. Sales in the state totaled over $1.7 billion. Sales in the U.S. were $12.2 billion in 2019 and projected to increase to $31.1 billion by 2024. So, look, we all can't disagree with the fact that marijuana has such a huge impact on the economy, and it could rake in millions of dollars for even African countries, because we can produce it in mass and export it
24/7,
365. True,
because it's sunny all year round.
True, but do you not agree with what John is saying? And Kex, you're involved in this one. He's saying that he's not against its production and its sales to bring money to the economy. He's saying that we don't have the system to manage it, and
it's not true.
And Kex, please hold on. And he cited the example of cocoa. And Kex, you'll agree that Ghana is the second largest producer of cocoa in the world, and yet out of everything that we make from cocoa, we get about just 2% of it. It shouldn't be so. I'm coming. Of course, it's a leadership problem, but that's what he's saying. That if you legalize, hold on.
What I'm saying is, don't have the resources. They have the resources.
No, but
it's a leadership problem.
But it's not
that
we have the resources, and we are not making enough from cocoa. So he's saying that legalize it, and we're back to square one.
Yeah, you don't go to the football field without a striker, without a defender. You say you're going to find defender.
Kex, please,
you need
talk
to have them
briefly,
before you go.
Shortly.
You understand? So if you don't have the leadership in place to even manage cocoa, then which leadership is going to manage marijuana?
No. What you were saying is that we don't have the resources. We don't have the things.
He's saying the systems are not in place. That's what he's saying.
The resources is not just the plan. The resources is actually you know how difficult it is to raise to grow marijuana. I've grown marijuana before. It's not just you don't just plant and leave it. You have to monitor it. You have to irrigate it.
But there are people who have studied these things.
No, so let's not take away from the conversation. No, we are not talking about the growing. No, Kevin, we are not talking about growing and nurturing of the plant. We're talking about systems to regulate it. That's what he's saying. To make the most of it. That if we agree that we are legalizing this thing completely, Ghana is going to make, say, millions and millions of dollars from it.
The thing, brother, is private sector. You can open
so
marijuana at the
why don't
sector,
we have Ghanaian chocolate products going global since we are the main producers of cocoa?
Because
why don't we have it?
There is a leadership problem.
Exactly what he's saying.
There are gatekeepers, my brother. There are gatekeepers at the top.
So he's saying that legalize it and we'll soon be back to the same place, because there's an example there for you to follow. Look, if you're making something from it, if we can say that, okay, Ghana has exported tons of boxers into the world and they've brought world titles to us, so let's do the same with, say, tennis. Then there's something to follow. Say, oh, we have a system. We're able to produce this amount of boxes to the world. But you haven't been able to, and you're fighting for another thing. This isn't in madness.
The data is there. Timber, oil,
Kex,
gold, all these things.
Yes.
We have these.
Please, you want to say something, please?
Okay. Yeah. What I want to say is that locally, the money we can make out of cannabis is very huge. We can make briquettes. We call it like briquette. It's like charcoal out of the hemp or marijuana, which our community people can be buying and be using instead of going to destroy the forest. And as someone said already, it is very environmentally friendly, because it can even allow the ground you to recover a dead earth, like a place to farm. It's where it's more fertile. You can revive it with marijuana. Then the export aspect. We don't have to grow marijuana. That's what I keep arguing with people who say who brought some few monies into the country and say they are coming to grow marijuana and export. The thing we call the biomass is not going to give us any money, but we can do plenty things out of. We can set up factories in Ghana. We have people who are ready with money to come and establish factories in Ghana, and we'll do it in the countryside so that we can it will benefit the indigenes. We can produce products from marijuana, from, as I said, all those products. We can do candle, we can do pomade, we can do hair cream, we can do charcoal, you know, we can do hemp crates for building houses, which is very environment friendly. All those things are not something we will be thinking about exporting. We can export high-grade THC, which people are using in the West now for vapes. You understand me? Those things, forget about smoking of marijuana. People are smoking marijuana. Me, since I started smoking marijuana like in the late 70s, I see children whose parents tell them not to go near me. And I'm coming to see those children, their children smoking herb, and I didn't teach them how to smoke it. You get me? So it has increased, and it will never stop because it's a natural plant, which the user, I can assure you, say if 10 of us are smoking weed here, each one have a limit he can reach and he will stop. If, let's say, you build a joint for each of us, I can smoke a full joint. Somebody can smoke only 3 puffs. Somebody will take a half of the joint, something like that. You know, it doesn't go like everybody take it and it gives it the same effect. So in general,
people can just take it. Even though we are wrapping this conversation, I'm coming, Kemoy. Even though we are wrapping this conversation, what you just said also means that it has the effect of marijuana is relative from person to person, right?
Yeah.
Right, so then,
which means there's actually an effect that you're trying to avoid. That's why you don't have to go beyond
a certain level. But anyways, please wrap for us.
Your body will not allow you to continue when you reach your limit.
Okay.
The next thing is that you can doze off. You can doze off and the sleep will fall off your hand. There's no any danger in it. You just sleep and rest. Forget a little bit and come back to yourself. It's good to forget sometimes too. You understand me? So, and if you want to apply this to this, what the brother is saying that it affects people, so because of that, this and that. What about driving? How many people does driving kill? Have we stopped driving? How many doctors leave surgical tools in people's stomach and stitch it? Have we cancelled the profession of medicine? You see, these things are just, you know, minor things. I can assure you, I can tell you, Ghana self, if somebody is affected with marijuana, as people are claiming, which is not true.
Kegs.
The ratio is very, very tiny.
Thank you very much, Kegs. I think the point has been made well. Kegs Bongo, chairman of the Advocacy Commission of Rastafari Council of Ghana. Thank you so much. It was such an interesting input. Thank you. We're grateful. What were your last words before you go?
Yeah,
the Jamaican brother advocating.
Yeah, man, legalize the thing, my brother. It's a plant that grows from the earth. You understand? I don't see how is it that a man can jump up and say this is.
But Keboy, so many plants grow from the earth. People mix it with other things, artificial stuff, and it becomes.
Because we don't want that, my brother. What does that do for us?
So there's nothing.
There's nothing that. So I mean, I always know that law is construct still. So it's just people that decide what is legal and what is illegal. But honestly, my brother, marijuana has a lot more benefits than it has to destroy anything or anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, so I believe they should legalize it.
John, your last words?
Well, my last words, I think I want to agree that marijuana should be decriminalized because it doesn't make any sense to throw somebody in jail for 5 years just because they're in possession of marijuana. That's human resource, and we talk of GDP and all these things. We need human resource to develop the country. And so you find a 25-year-old boy or 24, and you put him in jail for possession of marijuana, you're destroying because they go there, they're not even reformed. No, you go to the prisons, people are smoking out there. And so we should have better, structures in place to treat these things rather than just, putting people in jail. And even if you're going to legalize that again, we should make sure you have the correct structures there to actually get value from it, or else, you get a small 3 million or 3 billion, and then it's
salient point.
I've been very inspired from marijuana. You see me? Marijuana has inspired me a lot. No, it's true. You see me? It's true. It's true.
Let's go. I understand what you're saying.
Inspired me a lot.
I understand what you're saying. So reading last comments from our social media people, it says, I'm not condemning the herbs, but I'm condemning the abuse of herbs by our youth. Because if we legalize them, we control it. Because if we legalize them, we control it. Because we do not have the system. Regardless of how much money we can gain from it. Okay, so we don't have the system, even if we legalize it. Forget the Rasta. I can't forget the Rasta man, please. I beg you. Even if we can do candles, creams, and a hole from weed, ask him for me. is he going to make all the things he said, or because he wants to smoke? But that's none of your business, my brother. This is not something. Come on, please. Let's be very circumspect in our, It's true we need Christ in all things, but on this one, it got to do with the mental power. The gentleman, on the other hand, though intelligent man, psychological, he realized he was strong, so he only makes a substitution by claiming he has given his life to Christ. To quit smoking or any other habits you find unfavorable has to do with mental strength. Well, that's to you, not to the other person. That is your opinion. Good morning, please. I don't think marijuana is good. I have tried it once, and I went crazy. I laugh all day. No, please. You laughed all this. Yeah. And he's laughing. I'm sure he's joking. Good morning. I've smoked for about 12 years, but I'm doing great things in mind. Well, we're happy for you. And what an interesting conversation we've had this morning. I wish this is what we're discussing all day. I think it's very, very interesting.
Really interesting conversation.
Absolutely. But let me say a big thank you. I've said thank you to Kex Pongo already, Rastafarian Council of Ghana. Also, Kevoy B is a presenter at MX24 TV and a marijuana advocate.
Big advocate.
John Asagonde is author of Breaking Up with Mary Jane, and he's founder of Eden Bar. Eden Bar is a non-alcoholic bar.
Yeah, non-alcoholic bar. First of its kind in the country, and
where is it?
Airports Residential. We're not opened yet.
It's a big man. It's a big man. So we can come through.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What are you going to do? I joke.
No, I'll shock you. I have
interesting things that will just.
I'm kidding, man. I'll come to you.
Anyways, guys, thank you so much. You're still watching the AM Club. The song I wanted to play was from Sean Paul, but my producer says we should play Miss V Coming Home. So let's enjoy.
Coming home.
This tune is made by Cupid. Let's be young, see what's I could lie, spend my lifetime with somebody like you. It be treasure I found in somebody like you, my baby. Your love I carry for my heart, my baby. The feeling they beat me like potato, my baby. If you give me the ring, I will collect, my baby. Oh mama, I'm coming home. Tell Papa, yeah, I'm coming home. Baby, no delay. Take my hand, guide you go away. Just for life, if I tell you, say I love you. Take my hand, guide you go away. Just for life, if I tell you, I could lie, spend my lifetime with only you, baby. Even love said go tired with me and you, baby. Let me get it off my chest. Not only you come correct, I know I'll get regret. So baby, don't forget tattoo my name on top your chest. Not only you come correct, I know I'll get regret. So baby, don't forget. Oh mama, I'm coming home. Tell Papa, I'm coming home. Baby, don't delay. Take my hand, now you go away. It's for life, if I tell you, say I love you. Take my hand, now you go away. It's for life, if I tell you, say I love you.
Incredible mix. Meet the best of in-depth analysis, top personality interviews, trending and breaking news all come your way. I'll be serving you with football conversations, life-hearted, lifestyle-related conversations, all on Off the Cuff. Join me, Derek Aim, this and every Monday to Friday between 4 and 5 p.m. only on MX24 TV.
If you're into content production for digital or TV, say hello to the MX24 Studios. We're the prime location for your music video shoots, live productions, TV shows, and more. From state-of-the-art equipment to a very skilled production team, we've got you covered. Step into our modern and spacious studio with a changeable lighting system and foolproof sound. Our touchscreen studio projection monitors come with other features, including Wi-Fi connection, screen mirroring, and a remote workspace mode. Take advantage of our high-quality cameras to shoot in 4K and a variety of the best lighting equipment guaranteed to put life into your sets. Locate us on the first floor of the Silicon House building off the Boundary Road, East Legon. Give us a call on 024-235-5956 or 054-454-8612. You can also email us at info@mx24gh.com.
No topic is off limits. The pain of experiencing a miscarriage is something that can crumple your world. We're talking postpartum bodies and everything in between. And they share their story on their battle with infertility. The touching stories of the African woman rolls before you.
I was disappointed in God, in life, in myself.
How many losses have you had?
After that, we had 4 more.
What?
I shouted, I said, we
lost vision, we lost any sound beyond crying.
Our mistakes, advices, regrets, real stories, and more. On We Got This Africa. Na Ashako and her intriguing panel serve you real experiences of the African woman. We Got This Africa.
We got this.
The Saturday nights just got better.
With unimaginable excitement.
10 toes, one girl, make it touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it. Ow, ow, yeah, yeah, yeah.
The most heated rap battles.
Squad for the work soldiers, but on your campo, Bema.
I play you menace riding, it be me with the top. Godzilla self chop, who be King Kong.
And of course, your A-list celebrity interviews.
I've always said this though, there can only be one Bob Marley, so definitely there should be one episode.
Me? The threesome.
Orafu wa comedy woman de. Yeah. Nyansa. Don't fuck. Lighter.
For myself, Oforiwa.
I'm Jason Alay, and I do this with the man,
DJ Varosky. Why the party there today? Hey mama, hey, I ever say. Hey.
All women were created differently with unique attributes. From managing a home to being entrepreneurs, through the ups and downs, we almost always win.
As I said, in the early stages of breastfeeding, what your body is using to make the milk is what you ate during pregnancy.
Adoption is a blessing. So if you want to adopt, it's a good thing to do, but just make sure that you do it in the right way.
The brand new season of the Talkative Mom Show is double the education, double the information, and excitement.
And then I actually realized nobody cares. Yes, nobody cares.
Yeah. Join me, Eno Kragren, and my guests this and every Sunday on MX24.
The Talkative Mom Show is proudly supported by Gokul's Healthy Options and Cerelac.
If you're into content production for digital or TV, say hello to the MX24 Studios. We're the prime location for your music video shoots, live productions, TV shows, and more. From state-of-the-art equipment to a very skilled production team, we've got you covered. Step into our modern and spacious studio with a changeable lighting system and foolproof sound. Our touchscreen studio projection monitors come with other features, including Wi-Fi connection, screen mirroring, and a remote workspace mode. Take advantage of our high-quality cameras to shoot in 4K and a variety of the best lighting equipment guaranteed to put life into your sets. Locate us on the first floor of the Silicon House building off the Boundary Road, East Legon. Give us a call on 024-235-5956 or 054-454-8612. You can also email us at info@mx24gh.com.
And welcome back to your favorite lifestyle morning show in the country, the AM Club, right here on MX24 TV, where we are home to fun, fearless, and factual stuff. We just finished a very interesting conversation about the legalization and decriminalization of marijuana. But we are jumping straight to our hashtag daily, and today being Wednesday, it's Fashion Wednesday, and we can't have Fashion Wednesday without having this exclusive, beautiful, powerful young lady first of all, and then young team coming through to talk about something that's happening in Kumasi very soon. Now we're talking about the Africa Makeup Beauty Fair in partnership with the Kumasi Fashion Week that is happening in May, I believe.
Yes.
Beautiful. So that's happening in May. And let me quickly introduce to my immediate right. I have I have Amos Ampa. Hey, Charlie. Ampa Benyako. Putting it together, but I'll call you just Amos.
That's fine.
Amos Ampa Benyako. And then he's the founder and executive producer of the Kumasi Fashion Week. Kumasi in the building. Then the only lady amongst us, she's not new to the AM Club, Rebecca Donko, founder and CEO of Makeup Ghana and Africa Makeup and Beauty Fair. She's the team lead. And to my far right, the gentleman in the fine kaftan, which I envy a little bit, is John Bedu Bunsu. He is head of marketing at the Kumasi City Mall. So we have 3 brands representing this morning on the AM Club. And we're going to talk about the Kumasi Fashion Week. First of all, Amos, how did this come about?
Well, Kumasi Fashion Week is an event that celebrates everything fashion in its entirety for Kumasi and, for that matter, the entirety of Ghana. So all the fashion events or fashion shows that we see mostly happens in Accra. So they are creative people in Kumasi, so why not have a fashion week for them? So we decided to create a fashion platform which celebrates everything fashion in Kumasi. And so it's been great. And this is our 6th year producing this.
6th year? Yeah, so this is the 6th edition.
This is the 6th edition.
I have missed out.
Yeah, you have.
How was last year?
Last year was out of this world. I mean, it gets international brands interested in the show, and so they always attend the event, and participate, which is really good.
Okay, so Rebecca, how did you take interest in the Kumasi Fashion Week?
Yeah, so Amos is one person I have realized he's very, very passionate about what he does. Surprisingly, AMB Fair is also in its 6th week. And over the years, we've had people say, why do you do it only in Accra, bring it to Kumasi, bring it in Kumasi. We're not sure if we're ready for Kumasi. But then, like I said, he's very passionate. I've been monitoring how the Kumasi Fashion Week goes. I see how it's grown from just Ghanaian creatives to international people coming on board as well. And what better time, 6th edition. 6 is always a big deal. What better time to partner and do it together and do it big in Kumasi? So I saw that it was time, and we had an engagement, and we thought, look, this is the best time to bring the 2 events together and then let people experience what Kumasi also has to offer. So this year, it's all about Kumasi.
This sounds exciting already. Now, John, I'm very interested in knowing how Kumasi City Mall decided to partner these 2 brands that have been in existence for quite a number of years now. 6 years Kumasi Fashion Week, 6 years Makeup Ghana and African Makeup Beauty Fair. Why did you take interest to?
Yeah, so I've known Amos for a very long time, prior to Kumasi Fashion Week. So I think I had an idea for the mall. to have, say, a fashion representation, something we do for the fashion industry. Because, you know, as a mall, you do a lot across. You do automobile. You have so many shops or tenants. And every time there's something you need to do to highlight some section of the tenants. So you can do, say, movies to highlight the cinema. You can do like a party to highlight the club. But the fashion tenants were mostly left out because there wasn't an exclusive event for them. So then Amos came in. I'm like, I knew this guy. He was crazy fashion head. So I remember we sat down and said, Amos, what do we do? And the fashion week was like a toddler then. Was crawling then. Like, okay, so Kumasi was a big brand. Let's partner. Let's put it together. Let's host it. Let's baby it. Let's nurture it. It is our event now. Let's grow it. And I think I've never regretted. 5 years running?
Yeah, 5 years running.
5 years running since
so this year, 6th year.
Yeah. And it's been an amazing
And of
journey.
course, you can't do fashion without beauty.
Of course.
I mean, once they wear their beautiful outfits, their hair must be on point, their makeup, their nails, even their skin. So fashion and beauty goes hand in hand. So really, this partnership is so worth it.
Interesting. You know, since I was a child, I've watched, you know, runway shows, seen, you know, fashion in a big way when it comes to the West and Europe. You have been in the industry for some time now. You organized your awards last year.
Yes.
The Makeup Awards, was it?
Ghana Beauty Awards now.
Ghana, okay, great. And you have been in the fashion. How would you describe the industry today, both when it comes to makeup and fashion?
I think the fashion industry and the beauty industry, the world is now focusing on Africa so much, and they are taking inspiration from Africa. So this is our time, and we don't have to slack. We just have to jump on that and also show to the world what we are about. And then we use creators from here. We don't always have to wait for the West to depict what beauty standards are supposed to be or what fashion standards are supposed to be. So we have to create that narrative here so that we can sell that to the world. Already they are hungry for what we do here in Africa. So it's done through movies, it's done through music, and then of course fashion and beauty is there. So we can use this platform to market Africa to the world.
Okay, and are we getting what we're supposed to get from the industry? Are we?
We are. I think we are.
Do you think we are, Rebecca?
We are.
I think we've come a long way. Now people are very particular about the way they look. It gives them confidence. People are particular about what they wear, what they put on and all. So there's really a demand for everything. People want it, right? People want to see all the beautiful outfits. They want to see the creative ones. People want to see everything they can put on their hair that will make them confident, make them look beautiful on their skin. So really, this is the time. There's a demand for it. People want it. People need it. So give them what they want.
Indeed. And what are we to expect? Accra, Kumasi City, Mumsi Accra City.
Accra City, I know, right? Kumasi Accra Mall.
What are we to expect? I've never.
when we opened earlier. Okay, so back to what you were saying. It's a Tuesday or Wednesday. It's a Wednesday, right?
Today's a Wednesday. Yes, I'm in Captain. We didn't wait for Friday.
Then it was not like that.
Yeah, that's so true.
Like Monday to Friday.
This is an African princess.
I wear Captain.
You wear Captain.
And it's very common now. Now you hardly see, say, the president. Like now it's changing. The president before it was
African prince.
Exactly.
It's
it
really
means the fashion thing is actually growing, and now it's big. Like all the big guys in the States, what do you call it, Black Panther.
Yeah, the American take stuff and all
so
that.
now it's having representation across. Idris Elba, he wears kaftan
all the time.
And it means it's good. Kaftan is for us. So I think that's about as a mall, we are always geared towards something that is sustainable, something that is purpose-driven and has a very huge impact on the general society. And so we don't just look at things to bring the hype, get people shop, get some money to pay their rent, and we are good. No, we are more than that. We look at something very futuristic, that at the end of the day, when I am an old man and I retire from anything and I can sit in the comfort of my room and watch fashion and say, you know what, I'm part of the team or the people who spearheaded this at this particular time when it didn't have the eyeball. Because it was difficult initially. Getting sponsorship was, you know, so if the mall hadn't come in at that time, maybe it wouldn't have even grown because nobody was willing to come on board. So like I look at the future effect and how society will benefit and how society will see it in, say, 10, 20 years from now when, you know, everybody's wearing African stuff.
I'm seeing some very beautiful pictures in our background, but I'm sure we have footages from last year's. We want to take a look at it, shall we?
'Cause
look at that, my goodness, we're just discussing it in studio and saying that, you know, it's amazing how Kumasi is standing out. At least they've stood out in the last year or two. It started with music, now we're seeing fashion. And this was shot in Kumasi, like you're saying. Yes, this was all done in Kumasi.
I mean, half of the designers you see there are Kumasi-based designers. You have people from Accra, though, but then chunk of the talent that we use are from Kumasi because we really want to highlight on people from Kumasi. So from the fashion, the makeup, everything.
This is beautiful. And John, you were telling me about how you have some of the best designers.
Yes. Crazy
in Kumasi.
The designers, like the kaftan thing. You know, before I was in Accra, then I went to Kumasi. So I used to come to Accra to buy my stuff.
Do your stuff.
Then I met some few guys. I said, okay, let me see what you got. And they just...
Even the shoes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Even the shoes.
Like handmade shoes.
Back when we were in uni, I remember the students who were coming from Kumasi, they used to bring all these beautiful slippers.
Yeah.
And then, yes, it was very unique. And you see, that's what we'll be patronizing and wearing it to our various lectures. No, Kumasi, I mean, it's been there.
Yeah.
It's been there.
You just
I
think,
yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. So, speaking of which, can you tell us some of the designers coming?
I mean, we have from Ghana, we have brands like Kofi Akotwa, Nipo Skin, that is big in Kumasi, Tia, Groomsmen, the list goes on and on. International, we have brands coming from Togo, Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and also some designers from South Africa.
Okay, and Rebecca, I mean, you are representing the makeup part of it, so tell us.
Yes. So we have foreign brands like L'Oreal coming on board.
Ooh.
We have Nigerian brands like Zekiel coming on board. In Ghana here, we have MVP, we have Colorbox, and it goes on and on and on. So it's actually a mixture of hair, makeup, skincare. I mean, spa is the whole beauty space. So we're excited. We're excited.
Super excited.
Okay, now tell us the dates. When is it happening?
Everything is
the
12th to
yeah.
the 15th.
John was like,
I know.
John has so much on his face, so I can
find. But
yes,
you know, one thing I also have to acknowledge is Rebecca. I actually met her today. We've been talking of
what?
Yes.
You don't know this woman?
No. I am blown away.
My goodness. Let me state. In fact, she wouldn't like me to do this, but let me state. So this was our organizing secretary on campus in Legon Hall. God, we all looked up to her. When it comes to events and stuff, Rebecca is amazing.
I
tell you.
I'm mesmerized. Because when I was talking to her earlier, before we came to the studio, and she was making some pub like, what? Like the brain.
I'm telling you.
I think this year is going to be an amazing, and it's so humbling to have her on board. And I know we'll do for more years.
Absolutely.
Together we'll build like a huge monument for Kumasi.
Okay, so Kumasi City Mall.
EcoBank also coming on board to
Sponsors.
support. Yes.
So before we even get to the sponsors, so Kumasi City Mall, 12th May.
12th to 15th.
To 15th, so it's 3 days?
Actually, 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah.
Okay, and tickets, are we
tickets
paying?
we're going to be out soon. So tickets are available for the runway shows, which are exclusive for people who want to see these designers. But then the fair is open to everyone. Yeah, and the good thing about it is it's a whole 360 experience. You experience beauty, skin, whatever, and then there's the shows where you see spectacular designs by fabulous designers on the runway. You can't afford to miss this if you are in Ghana.
Okay, so I know people who would like to move from Accra. No, you go ahead.
You have the master classes.
Exactly.
You have the workshops. Yes. You have the live demos as well. We have photo shoots, networking, all those entertainments and fun bit. Yeah.
And then we have the makeup fair.
Yeah.
So the makeup fair is also happening.
Yes,
right
everything is happening.
Tell us
So it's
about
a full experience.
I mean, I've been part of the makeup fair before. I mean, Becky knows. So, are we going to see what you do in Accra also then in Kumasi?
Of course, and even more.
2.0.
2.0.
I'm really excited about this.
How much is the ticket for the runway?
The ticket for the runway is 100 cedis for a day show, and it's 200 cedis for the entire package.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. So for details, and for vendors who want to be a part of it,
you can follow us on Instagram because Instagram is easy. When you go on Instagram, you can get all the details on A&B Fair on Instagram or our Kumasi Fashion Week on Instagram.
So it's Kumasi City Mall, at Kumasi City Mall, at Kumasi Fashion Week,
at A&B Fair, at Makeup Ghana.
And for vendors, like I said,
for vendors, you can go through all these, and whatever information you want, we'll get you.
So Kumasi-owned businesses, if you're in the fashion and beauty industry, this is your time to plug in when it comes to the Kumasi Fashion Week happening on the 12th of May, 2022 at the Kumasi City Mall. I've only been to Kumasi twice. I'm looking forward to going there the third time because of the Kumasi Fashion Week.
Yes.
I can't wait to. But let me say thank you to my people. Amos, I want to mention your full name. Amos, Ampabenyako. You know, he's the founder and executive producer of Kumasi Fashion Week, 6 years running. Also, John Bedu Bonsu is head of marketing, Kumasi Accra City Mall, Kumasi City Mall, and then Rebecca Donko is founder and CEO of Makeup Ghana and Africa Makeup and Beauty Fair. Don't miss out about us. Interesting conversation. Moving on, our last segment is the plug. We have Kwame Yogurt and Kweku Flig, and it's called For the Boys. For the Boys. Enjoy. Kumerica.
Rockstar made it.
I ain't a streety hustle for my mama. Life no be easy, full of drama. I want that girl I am falling for.
or 054-454-8612. You can also email us at info@mx24gh.com.
Officially now, we don't have a cake here. We have cut through a nice cake. But so you know what? We are going to go to the video, and then when we come back, we'll officially launch it. Is that it?
Yes.
Or should we declare it and then we play the video?
Exactly.
Okay. So
in the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, we declare the AAB Fair, the Kumasi Fashion Week 6th edition, officially launched.
Can I hear noise? Woo! Let's go. Show them what we have. Here's the video.
No topic is off limits. The pain of experiencing a miscarriage is something that can crumple your world. We're talking postpartum bodies and everything in between. And they share their story on their battle with infertility. The touching stories of the African woman rolls before you.
I was disappointed in God, in life, in myself.
How many losses have you had?
After that, we had 4 more.
What?
I shouted, I said,
We lost vision, we lost any sound beyond crying.
Our mistakes, advices, regrets, real stories, and more on We Got This Africa. Na Ashako and her intriguing panel serve you real experiences of the African woman. We Got This Africa.
We got this.
The Saturday nights just got better.
With unimaginable excitement.
10 toes, one girl, make it touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it, touch it. Ow, ow, yeah.
The most heated rap battles.
Squad for the work with soldiers, but on your campo, Bema.
I blow you menace ready, it be me with the top. Godzilla self chop, who be King Kong.
And of course, your A-list celebrity interviews.
I've always said this though, there can only be one Bob Marley, so definitely there should be one episode.
Me? The threesome.
Orafu wa comedy woman de.
Yeah.
Nyansa.
Don't fuck.
Lighter.
With myself, Oforiwa.
I'm Jason Alay, and I do this with the man,
DJ Varosky. Why the party there today? Hey mama, hey I ever say.
All women were created differently with unique attributes. From managing a home to being entrepreneurs, through the ups and downs, we almost always win.
As I said, in the early stages of breastfeeding, what your body is using to make the milk is what you ate during pregnancy.
Adoption is a blessing. So if you want to adopt, it's a good thing to do, but just make sure that you do it in the right way.
The brand new season of the Talkative Mom Show is double the education, double the information, and excitement.
And then I actually realized nobody cares. Yes, nobody cares.
Yeah. Join me, Eno Kragren, and my guests this and every Sunday on MX24. The Talkative Mom Show is proudly supported by Gokul's Healthy Options and Cerelac.
Need the best of in-depth analysis, top personality interviews, trending and breaking news all come your way. I'll be serving you with football conversations, life-hearted, lifestyle-related conversations, all on Off the Cuff. Join me, Derek Aim, this and every Monday to Friday between 4 and 5 p.m. only on MX24 TV.
And we are back once again on the AM Club. This is MX24 TV, home of fun, fearless, and factual stuff. We're also keeping you inspired, entertained, and informed. Beautiful discussions gone by. We are on our last segment of the show. We have about 15 minutes to go. And let me say that we have this amazing guy whom we've spoken to before. He's doing amazingly well out there. And he is your founder, team lead, head of the Accra Indie Film Festival, AIFF.
Maybe call me the servant of the festival.
Servant in the building. Anyways, yes. Evan, welcome.
Thank you so much.
I mean, you're not new to MS24 TV,
like
so
the family. So
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. I'm excited to know that another edition of Accra Indie Film Fest is happening. Tell us about it.
It's been pretty quick. Like 1 year is far gone. So we're preparing for the 4th edition of the festival coming off in August, from 2nd to 6th of August. But before that, we have other few things we're doing, including the AIF Film Arts. And Film Arts is like an incubator program. I simply mostly explain it as, like when you go to the Accra Mall, you will see a lot of people selling a lot of different things. I think we still also have that space when it comes to filmmaking. So we have the universal term filmmaker, but within that we have actors, we have screenwriters, we have directors, we have producers, all of them in there. So what the film art is supposed to do is that supposed to just bring all of these individual departments together. They learn few things and then they go ahead to produce a short film as a challenge. Just to let the people know that even with that small stipulated time, they'll be able to create something amazing. Yes.
Wow, so this is one of the activities you're having before the film festival.
Yes.
So run us through. So that's one of them. What else is happening this year?
We do have music concert coming in. We have one project that is called AIF Senior High School Impact Program, which is supposed to introduce the festival and the art of filmmaking to senior high school students. But these are some of the things that will be running until the festival in August.
That's interesting. And August is about how many months from now?
About like
April, May, June, July, August. I always count on my fingers. 4 months to go. How is preparation like?
It's been awesome. One amazing thing about the incubator program this year is that we started last year, was to the best that we could around that time. And this year it's been like a step up. So we're doing it in collaboration with a media production company in UK.
UK, Media Thirsty
Production. So and all of this is being facilitated by British councils. Like they made it possible by British councils.
How did that come about?
So there was a grant application that was put out there, and when we went through, they were like, okay, we just felt like one of the programs for the festival would be able to fit their application. So we applied, and then we got it, and then the collaboration between us and the Media Thirsty happened, and it's been amazing because they took one aspect of the entire incubation program, which is the screenwriting. So what's happening this year, which is different from last year, is that we have the screenwriters in the UK and the filmmakers here in Ghana, and they've had their part of the workshop done already. They are working on their screenplays at this point in time. I think the final decision will be made on the 22nd of April, where we're going to select 2 screenplays out of the 10 screenplays that are available now to be made available for the filmmaking, participating filmmaking here in Ghana to produce a film.
Okay, so now aside the individual activities that you have, you know, ahead of the main event, which is is that where we screen some of the movies?
Yes. So
when is that?
All the films will be screened during the festival period.
Okay, during the period.
But now we are running like few things. So AIF Film Arts is on. As soon as we are done with that, they have 2 weeks to produce their film, and then we will the main team will come on again, where we're going to announce the selected films that will be screened at the festival, will be part of the festival. And so far, I think we had about 500 films that were submitted.
Wow.
And we're going to
already
select. Oh yeah. And we've actually closed submissions in February.
And you have over 500 indie films?
Yes. Short films coming in. And then we've already set up the jury. We've shared our jury members. We have, they cut across different countries. We have Ghana, we have Iran, we have Nigeria, we have Uganda, we have South Africa, we have Zimbabwe.
Oh, nice.
All coming together to form the jury. Yeah, and it's been amazing. We're just looking for them to see what films they're going to select for the main festival. Hopefully, it will be announced on the Monday of the final week of May. Yeah.
All right. So now you've gone ahead. You've done your preparations. You've done almost everything. But how can the public participate in this?
So for now, the public, which like filmmakers, we specifically want directors, producers, editors, cinematographers, and sound designers to apply. The application ends on the 17th of April, which is just coming Sunday. So if you are a filmmaker in Ghana, or I mean, you're supposed to be in Ghana. You can not necessarily like you need to be a Ghanaian, but if you are based in Ghana and you know you're a cinematographer, a director, a producer, a cinematographer or editor, this is the time for you to apply. It's free, and the participation is free. And it's going to be awesome. You're going to learn a lot of things. And at the end of the day, the film is not even going to only be screened at the festival. We'll be submitting it to other international film festivals. So wherever glory comes with the film that you're going to make, it goes directly to the participating filmmakers.
I had the privilege to be part of the last edition that you had, and I saw the movies that came out, Jumek's movie and the rest. It was amazing stuff we have. What are some of the films that you've seen so far that have impressed you?
I think I've seen all the films. I think I've seen all the films. Though.
All the 500 submissions?
Oh, yeah. Wow. I watch them as and when they come. So by the time that we close,
you've seen everything.
I've seen all the films.
What are the surprises you've seen?
I think some of the films I'm looking forward to, actually, from Ghana here, from France, UK, and I think Iran and South Africa. Like that, some films coming from these areas that I'm really, really looking forward to.
And comparing these films, you know, in terms of quality, in terms of production and everything, looking at the France one, looking at the, you know where I'm going with this. What's the standard like with our movies here?
I think that's actually primarily the reason why we made the festival international, so that we can see what we're doing here, the same thing or similar thing that other filmmakers like us are doing somewhere else, so that we'll be able to. I think we're really trying. We're really doing our best. Yes, our very best. But you know, logistics, availability, and all of that are not the same, and so the quality is likely to differ. But you shouldn't be surprised that you can see some of the Ghanaian films well produced than some of the
stuff outside. Then the problem isn't resources. Then
it's really not resources.
If that's the case, then it's really about vision, isn't it?
Exactly, and especially when it comes to short film, I always advise people that short films is not all the stories that you can tell with short film, because it's like your main shot. You don't have so much pressure. So the goal is for you to tell an amazing story within that short period of time. So if you really producing a short film, your goal is to tell an amazing story that people will say, okay, I want to give you $1 million. We'll produce a feature film thing for us to see.
Amen. And we say that to some of the Ghanaian producers and filmmakers out there. But now give us a date for, you know, the workshop.
So the workshop closes next this very Sunday, 17th of April. It closes. So if you haven't applied, we've had over 60 applications already.
Oh, nice.
Unfortunately, we're just going to select 10 people.
Okay.
So but still come in.
Yeah,
you might be able to
you
push
can remove
someone else.
Exactly.
And then the workshop itself will be on will start from 9th to 13th of May. And then when they are done, they have a filmmaking. They're supposed to use like 2 or 3 days to finish the production, which is supposed to start on the 15th of May, and then after that they go and do the post-production, of which there wouldn't be so much pressure on them. And then we come back to announcing the selected films on the Monday of the last week of May, and then we come back to the main promo for the festival to happen from the 2nd of 6th August 2022.
That's a lot of information. That's a lot of information, but if anybody couldn't capture what you're saying, where can they go to find out more?
Oh, go on our social media platforms. Everything is just clearly there, or visit our website on www.accraindiefilmfest.org, and everything you need. I mean, as at this point in time, all the schedule are available on our website, so you can see what's happening at what point in time and all of that.
And I also binge watch some of the movies on there. On the Accra Indie Film Fest?
Not yet.
Not yet. We can't watch. What about last year's? You put last year's there.
Yeah. So I mean, because of the festival, as soon as the festival is done, we take the films off. So when we are done with the selection of the films, we are going to replace the ones that's going to screen as part of the festival there this year as well. So there will be a time that we're going to announce which films will also be available virtually, so that if just in case you are not in the country and you cannot be part of the festival in person, you can still have access to the films.
And watch it. There you have it. Accra Indie Film Festival is calling on all you guys out there. Deadline is 17th for the workshop this Sunday, like he said. So don't miss out on it. But hey, good job, Ivan, again. I can't wait to see what's going to happen these few days. But speaking of thank yous, I'd like to thank everybody who's been on the show today. It's been an exciting run. Oh, God, I love the show today. Let me say thank you to Kevoy Burton. He couldn't make it for MX Breaks, but he was able to make it for a Lifestyle Daily Conversation where we discussed the decriminalization of marijuana. Should it be decriminalized?
Why are you asking? Why are you asking me? You want to find trouble for
I
me?
beg you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Anyways, so we had a marijuana debate, and we had Kex Pongo from the Rastafarian Council of Ghana coming in, Keboy B representing himself in Jamaica, and then we had John Asogonde also coming in for that discussion. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. Fashion Wednesday, Kumasi Fashion Week is happening on the 12th of May. Don't forget, we had Amos, who is founder of the Kumasi Fashion Week, Rebecca Donko, it's African Makeup and Beauty Fair CEO, and John representing the Kumasi City Mall as well. Thank you so much for coming through. And finally, Evan Egan is with the Accra Indie Film Festival. It's happening soon. If you missed any part of the show, you're not left out. Just go on our YouTube channel and catch it. It's at MX24GH. Thank you guys so much for the run. Tomorrow we are back with Throwback Thursday, my favorite day in the week on the AM Club. Don't miss out. My name is Godwin Nambo. If you're looking for me, at Godwin Nambo on all social media platforms. Thank you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful day.
When the power of love will overcome the love of power. When the power of love will overcome the love of power, there'll be peace in Africa. So ya say now.